Yes, we did. So there you go. I'm going to move on to today's blog post, and I'm going to be talking about the fact that you have no more excuses. Absolutely none. Because you are not too old, and no, it is not too late. So let's talk about some of the lies we tell ourselves. What type of excuses do you use to get out of doing things you know will bring you a sense of pride, meaning, and accomplishment? We all tend to push these things off because, well, they're hard. It's so much nicer sitting in that comfort zone and not challenging ourselves. But is that a life worth living? If you think yes, then you're good. You don't need me today. Are you excited, though, when you get up in the morning, anxious to get the day underway? No? I wonder why. Because you aren't living a life with meaning. You want to, but you're telling yourself all kinds of things to get yourself off the hook. I'm going to start with the big one. I'm too old. It's too late. Nope, never, not true. I touched on this a little bit yesterday when I talked about going back to school. It will take time, and I realize it's hard to take on a 4+ year challenge in your 40s, 50s, 60s. But what if you live another 30 years after achieving that goal? 30 years of doing what you really always wanted to do. 30 years. Doesn't that sound worth it? Stop thinking about your goals only in the short term. It's great to have short-term goals, but I want you to think about how you want your entire life to unfold. How will you get there? What needs to be done? Start now. You could live another 30 years, or there could be a horrific accident. Would you rather go out having accomplished nothing or working your way toward your lifelong dream? You may not get the chance to finish what you started, but then again, you might. I've had a huge wake-up call in the last year. My life looks completely different than it did a year ago. This time last year, I was still dragging my butt out of bed at 3:30, dragging myself to the studio with the promise of a nap later in the day as my highlight. And I loved my job. I didn't love every aspect of it, but I think I enjoyed my job more than most. But I've been putting a lot of thought into the amount of time we sleep and how much we want to sleep. Should we be spending our lives looking forward to when we go to sleep? Doesn't that sound a little silly when you think about it? Now, listen, we all love and we all need sleep, and I realize most people do not get enough of it. But the highlight of your day shouldn't be getting into bed. I want you to wake up every day looking forward to something, to be excited about something that's going to take place that day, a work project, a gathering with a friend, an amazing dinner you have planned for after work. These don't have to be the big things, just little things that are a bit more exciting than, say, sleep. I used to meet a group of friends every Tuesday and Thursday. I mentioned that earlier. We used to play pool. It was so much fun and really made me look forward to every week. I miss that now. I really wish that I could start something like that up again. Most people don't have twice a week to commit to. But it was something that I could count on. It was something I looked forward to. I would wake up and be like, yay, it's pool day. It could be something as simple as that or as complicated as going back to school to get your doctorate or medical school or whatever you have thought you were truly meant to do. There's a new sitcom on now called Carol's Second Chance, and it's about a woman who was a teacher, and after going through a divorce and her daughter moved out, she decided she was going to medical school. The story follows her as a middle-aged intern trying to get along with her younger counterparts. If you feel you are too old to start something at this point in your life, check out this show. Could you imagine being in your 40s and 50s and deciding to go to medical school? Now, that is a lofty goal. Once you're done, you could be practicing medicine for another 20 years. Doesn't that make the time investment worth it? And don't listen to people who try to talk you out of things. Like, take doctors, for example. I can already hear people saying, oh, there is no money in that anymore. So many issues with malpractice. Everything's changing. You want to stay as far away as you can. Don't let that deter you. Do what you feel you truly want in your heart, no matter what people say. When I first started working in radio, I can't tell you how many people in the business told me not to get into it. They're like, oh, there's not that much money in it anymore. It's getting, to be a smaller field. It is a tough business. I've been bruised. I've been battered. I've been out of a job a lot. But I love it. I still do. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be doing this if I had listened and never got into radio. It's been the biggest thing in my life aside from my husband and family. And trust me, it was never about the money. There is a certain fallacy that people in radio make big bucks. That's the case some of the time. But the vast majority of people these days are barely making ends meet, which is why you have to love it to stay in it. It's never too late to start over. You aren't too old to do anything that truly speaks to you. Something that will give your life meaning and fill you with a sense of purpose. So please, stop making those excuses. Stop telling yourself all these lies to get out of doing what you truly want to do. You know why? Because I believe in you. Now, go make today your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Ellen, I'm not too old to be on your show. Tucker's not too cute to be on your show. Come on, girl. Have us on your show.